All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. On this video, the FBI gives an update on New Year's Day attack in New Orleans. And I'm just now watching this, so I'm just going to watch it now. But how you doing? Hey, what's going on, Belinda? So yeah, so we'll see if they got any new information here.
We're good? All right, well, good morning. I first want to start off by reminding the citizens of Louisiana that as you travel around the state, you will see the flags of all state buildings at half-mast in honor of those lives that were lost in this horrific act of violence. I also think that it's important to remember that what happened yesterday was akin to those who are old enough to remember jigsaw puzzles, and that you would take 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle and you empty the box, and you've got to start sifting through those pieces, and you want to start, if you're real good, you start at the corners, right? Try to put your corners together. And from yesterday to today, over 1,000 law enforcement agents and officers, men and women, have been poring over countless amounts of data, of videos, of surveillances, interviews, tracking down every possible lead that came to us, whether it was the New Orleans Police Department, the Louisiana State Police, the FBI, or our other federal agencies. Also, yesterday, I issued an emergency declaration. That declaration was meant to streamline resources and communications between state, local, and federal partners. And we're seeing the results of it. I also would like to remind everyone that what's going on in this city and this state is twofold. We've got an active criminal investigation going on, while we're also continuing to secure the city in preparation for 3 o'clock kickoff time for the Sugar Bowl. With that, I would also remind those who are in the city that as far as state resources are concerned, we have the Louisiana State Police, the Louisiana National Guard, which was part of that emergency declaration, which allowed us to put an entire MP company on the ground. Those become force multipliers, is what we call that in law enforcement and the military. That helps to add to the resources that we have. Wildlife and Fisheries, the Department of Corrections, DSF, DHS, our Veterans Affairs, our Probation and Parole, all state agencies. Any state agency who has a post-certified officers are here in this city to help secure the city. And so with that, I would like to turn it over to Christopher Rea, who is the Deputy Assistant Director of the FBI's Counter Terrorism Division. Chris?
Thank you, Governor Landry.
All right, guys, before we get into this, the drones that were flying around, they were flying around by somebody. Remember we were talking about this before, like the drones, they were just really big drones. That's what they were. And they were being controlled by someone. And it makes sense because the drones only come out at night. They only come out at night. They don't come out during the day. The reason why they don't come out during the day is because you can easily track who's doing it. Like you can follow the drone, and when the drone lands, you'll find out who's doing it. So the guy, the Cybertruck guy, the explosion, he knew something about these drones. So now I'm thinking that these drones are dangerous now. That's what I'm thinking. I thought they were friendly, but he knew something about the drones flying over the military installations. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Something ain't right here. It's that's why look at their faces. Look. I'm thinking in my mind, they're all in the country, dog. Just like Trump said. They all here. All of them. They're all here. And what did people say? Oh, he's just being racist, blah, blah, blah. No, he's not. When they were, you remember his face? They said, hey, Trump, you know, the drone's flying over your spot. He said, something's not right. And I saw the look, when I saw the look on his face, he couldn't talk about it because, you know, former presidents, they still get what you call like a threat matrix. They can still be updated. So he knows something. He's not going to tell us. But yeah, something's not right, man. I'm getting that feeling like, the biggest mistake is when a lot of people think when they open up the borders, when they let people across, you thinking well, not you. Some people were thinking that he was referring to like Mexicans. No. They come across the border all the time and it ain't no problem. That's not it. There was other people that slipped in here, possibly. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know if they're going to be able to find them. This country is really big. It's a really big country to hide. It really is. So what time the game starts? So I will be watching it, but I don't know if I will be going. This is just me. This is just me. Yeah, there's something to get prepared for something. This is crazy. And then the election, I mean, not the election. The inauguration is coming up. There's no way if I was the incoming president, the president-elect, I would be standing outside. There's no way. I'm like, look, I'm not doing it this year. I know it's a tradition, but this ain't the time for no tradition. Ain't the time. Because if something happened, let me tell you why. Because the inauguration, all heads of state are there. All heads of state. All the way to the Supreme Court. Everybody is in one location. I don't think that's a good idea this time. That's just my feeling on it. It's not a good idea, and it's not a good idea to go either. But look at their faces.
Good morning. I am FBI Deputy Assistant Director Christopher Rea. I'm from our Counterterrorism Division at headquarters. I'm also joined by Assistant Special Agent in Charge Alethea Duncan from our New Orleans office, who you heard from yesterday. I'm here to discuss not only the latest investigative information we have here in New Orleans, but I'll also let you know about other investigative activities outside of the state. I first, and most importantly, want to send our deepest condolences to the victims of this horrific attack and their loved ones. 14 innocent victims were killed in this senseless attack, and at least 35 are injured. We cannot ease the grief people in this community and across the nation are feeling at this time, but rest assured, we stand with you and in support of you. All the resources, and I'm going to go into that a little bit later, all the resources of the FBI are being focused on tracking down every piece of evidence, every lead, every interview, every potential lead we've got. While I won't be able to answer all your questions today, my goal is to be as forthcoming as possible.
Just to add on to your comment, he didn't sneak over the border or anything. I know you didn't say that. They let him in. He was let in. He was let in. And also these people were given money. I know for a fact because around my way, they were given about, I think, 2 to 3 years worth of free rent. They were given this. And now these people don't know what's going to happen because the power is getting ready to change hands and they know they got to leave. And I'm telling you right now, it's tense over here. It is. I see them walking around. I see them. And they're not friendly or anything like that. So everybody over here is on alert because they're all around us. And I'm not trying to like I said, I'm not trying to what do you call it? Discriminate against somebody's faith or religion or whatever. I'm not. But in every faith and religion or whatever demographic you come from, you have what you call extremists. In any group, you have extremists. This could be a situation where this will unite us. It will if something happens. So the only thing I could say is watch yourself and protect people around you, including your neighbors. Y'all might have to come together, or we might have to come together. Because the drones, some of them are still flying around. And yeah, they're still flying around, man. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, I don't know how they know that he knew something about that, but it's slowly coming out. Now, some people say, well, to look at their faces is, I think, Bill, you said it's either they don't know or they do know. I think they know. They know. But it's too late because we don't know where they're at. It's too late. This administration let them right on in. They sure did. They let them right on in. Why? I don't know. And it's not just us, though. You got to think it's not just this country. It's happening in England. It's happening all over the country. Italy, they having an issue. It's all over. These drones are everywhere. They're everywhere, dog. They're not just here. They're everywhere. So okay, here we go with this here. This ain't the time to be sitting. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me get you out of here. This ain't the time for this. Hold on. Let me just go ahead. Let me get him out. Okay, he's good.
With you on what we've uncovered so far. First and foremost, let me be very clear about this point. This was an act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an evil act. This was obviously a critical incident, and with that, lots of information and tips come pouring in from law enforcement, first responders, and the public. We have been aggressively running down these tips and information. As you all know, that takes time, and we will continue to do so until every lead has been followed through on. This investigation is only a little more than 24 hours old. So I ask you to keep in mind that as I go through some of the specifics later. But at this point, currently, and this is another.
Wait, let me see something real quick. The Vegas Cybertruck bomber Matthew, what's his name? Liesberger, revealed as Special Forces soldier overseeing drones. At first pic shows him posting in camo with a rifle. So that's interesting. He was the driver of the Cybertruck that exploded. And fuck, he's American. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Now my conspiracy theory stuff is really on high alert now. Now I'm thinking about, oh shit. Now I'm thinking about deep state. That's what I'm thinking about now. He was in the Army for at least 19 years, leaving him just 1 year away from full military retirement. He served from 2015 to 2023 as a Special Forces Intelligence and Operations Specialist, meaning he would have had access to highly sensitive military information. His work in the role involved studying the enemy with biometrics. Holy crap, biometrics, cultural studies, technical data analysts, vulnerability assessments, as well as targeting. Now, you remember the other guy in New Orleans? He's former military. Prior to taking his most recent drone manager role, he worked as Special Forces Operation Manager and Team Sergeant in the Army, where he listed his responsibilities as personnel, project and risk management, operations planning, field and security operations, and technology integration on his LinkedIn profile. He also listed a contract position with General Dynamics from 2011 to 2012 as a hyper spectral imaging integrator, during which he engineered and fielded the first mobile standoff hyper spectral imaging light guard Minotaur system. In his profile states, the hyper spectral imaging is highly advanced technology capable that allows operators to analyze objects and terrain beyond what the naked eye can see. He listed his skills in that position as explosive detection, government contracting, technology integration, and technical writing. That's interesting. Yeah, man. I'm really, man. Now I don't think nothing we could do. It's nothing we could do. This could be some old ops. This could be some old, what you call it? This could be a clandestine situation. This could be a clandestine situation. If you notice, these guys are former military. Yeah, it's insane, man.
Another fact I want to be clear on. We do not assess at this point that anyone else involved in this attack except for Shamsuddin Jabbar, the subject you've already been briefed on. A little bit about what the FBI is doing. So we are surging people and assets to the area from across the region and across the nation. Special agents in multiple field offices across the country have been deployed and are assisting with potential aspects of this investigation and following up on every lead. Additional teams of special agents, professional staff, and victim specialists continue to arrive to provide more investigative power and assistance to the victims and their families. We've also forward deployed a number of our critical incident response group assets, including members of our hostage rescue team, special agent bomb technicians, and crisis management coordinators. In addition, we have deployed more evidence response technicians to continue to process the various scenes that we have. So far, we have received just over 400 tips from the public, and that information is being followed up on both here in New Orleans and across the country. Some of the tips are here in New Orleans, and there are other tips in other states across the country that we are following up on. The FBI team and our law enforcement partners here are also reviewing hundreds of hours of surveillance and other video from both the French Quarter and other locations. As for a timeline, at this point, investigators believe Jabbar picked up the rented F-150 in Houston, Texas on December 30th. He then drove from Houston to New Orleans on the evening of.
Is that true? They both rented vehicles from the same company. So they rented from, did they do that? What's that company where it lets you rent your car out? Is it that company? That's what I was thinking. I had read something somewhere. Okay, so it could be a situation where, yeah, this is like some old, this is just me. Let me just give this right now because I don't want to get in trouble. So this is just my thoughts. This got to be some clandestine activity because these are former military. It goes back to when my pops had got out of the Vietnam thing. This was back, I wasn't even around yet. But when he got out right before, because he volunteered to stay longer. So he got out 2 years before it was over. So I wasn't even born yet. So he got out 2 years before it was over. So he walking up the street in Manhattan and he was approached. He was approached, man. He was approached. They was like, hey, can you come work for us? And do different things like that. Some of these guys were approached. This is a long time ago. You know, of course he said no. But yeah, man, something's not right, man. Thank you, Shantae, for the donation. And thank you, Moy Freestyle. Anyway, you can't be in fear. Somebody said they're going to take their trip. Go ahead and take your trip, man. You can't walk in fear. See, if you don't walk in fear, you'll be able to detect stuff. You'll be more aware if you're not in fear. Fear will blind you. So, yeah, you just got to just like whatever at this point. You know, I feel like we've been under attack for like forever, even with the music. And we're still here. It's like we're like humans are very resilient. But this right here, this is some old different type of stuff right here.
Of the 31st, and he posted several videos to an online platform proclaiming his support for ISIS. There were 5 videos posted on Jabbar's Facebook account, which are time-stamped beginning at 1:29 a.m. and the last at 3:02 a.m. In the first video, Jabbar explains he originally planned to harm his family and friends, but was concerned the news headlines would not focus on the, quote, war between the believers and the disbelievers, end quote. Additionally, he stated he had joined ISIS before this summer. He also provided a will and testament. FBI and ATF. FBI, we have a couple different scenes at the location. We have released the scene at Bourbon Street. That scene has been released. We also have a scene off of Mandeville address where we're currently searching that scene right now. FBI and ATF agents have secured that house, and that location is being searched for potential evidence. On New Year's morning, Jabbar opened fire after ramming through a blocked off area of Bourbon Street, used his truck as a weapon to run over the victims. Teams of specially trained victim specialists, again, as I said, are on the ground here in New Orleans, assisting survivors of the attack and loved ones of the deceased. We do not believe the public is in any danger around any of these locations. 3 phones linked to Jabbar have been recovered, and digital media exploitation is a priority to see what is on the devices and determine if there are any other potential leads. Additionally, we have recovered 2 laptops and are currently reviewing them for any potential leads. Those laptops were recovered at the...
I'm not blaming this on anybody. I don't know where you got it from. I mean, I'm not blaming it on anybody.
The Mandeville address. Evidence technicians will also be going over the F-150 truck Jabbar was driving. As you know, we recovered an ISIS flag from the back of the vehicle. Jabbar declared his support for the terrorist group on social media, as I stated before, as he made his way to New Orleans. FBI bomb technicians also recovered 2 IEDs in coolers, one from the cross section of Bourbon and Orleans Street, and the second at an intersection approximately 2 blocks away. There were multiple reports of other devices. Those reports turned out to be misinformation or not not actual functioning devices. Those are the only 2 devices that we've been able to recover that were functional. Both devices were rendered safe on scene. We did obtain surveillance footage showing Jabbar placing the devices where they were found. As I said before, 2 other items of interest were determined not to be IEDs. A little bit about Jabbar. Jabbar himself was born in the United States and is a U.S. military veteran. We are looking in everything in his life. While we have interviewed many people who know Jabbar, we still need to talk to others. Whether you know Jabbar personally, worked with him, served in the military, or saw him in New Orleans or Texas, we need to talk to you. You may not think you have relevant information, but what you know could tie in to one of our investigative leads. Specifically, we want to talk to anyone who was in the French Quarter on New Year's Eve or early on New Year's Day. That includes people spotted near one of the 2 IEDs on Bourbon Street.
So they had IEDs on Bourbon Street. So they was able to recover them. So they are doing their job. They are. I feel like we're getting attacked in 360 degrees. We're getting attacked online. We have agents online that's trying to dictate your thought. We have that. I call everybody agents because I don't know where they came from. You can't just show up all of a sudden with an audience. That don't seem right, because all YouTubers know you have to gain an audience, and it's very hard. For you to show up and have one, yeah, you're an agent. That's what I'm thinking. There's agents that look like us that's trying to get us to divide. There's agents that's saying, oh, we're this type of black person, we're better than this black person. That's an agent. You know that, right? You know that's an agent, right? Anybody know that? Well, go research his government name and found out what he was convicted of and how he just mysteriously got out of jail. Go find out if you don't believe me. I'm not going to give you his government. You're going to have to do the research yourself. Just type in his government and type in Detroit, Michigan. Go find it. That's an agent. Oh, listen, I've traveled a little bit. We got black people all over the world. And we got people all over the world that don't look like us that are the same. We're all the same. But they're trying to divide us. Those are agents. That's why I keep making fun of them. Because if you follow me on my Instagram, I'm making fun of him. He blocked me. He knows who I am. He watched everything I do too. He tried to send people to come get me. But what happened was the people that was following me around, they saw that I was armed. See, y'all don't know this. This happened in 2020 to 2021. They found out I was armed and they weren't going to come bullshit with me because I would have lit them up like a fucking Christmas tree. But yeah, they found out. They found out when they took pictures of my house and everything. I said, I don't give a damn, come to my house. I'm going to light you up like a Christmas tree and then call the police to come get your body. He sent them. That's how I know. He sent them. He did. They were working for him. And then they started having people like, see, you guys didn't know this. They were starting to have people target me and all this stuff, but they knew they couldn't come to my doorstep. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't come to my doorstep, and then they tried to do something to my car, but my neighbor caught them. Because we all armed over here, all of us. All of my neighbors are. So then they left me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like all types of stuff, man. Called the hospital where my mother was. That's how I know they're agents. I'm telling you, they're agents. These people are agents. A lot of them, they're former military, and a lot of them are former inmates. Because they can approach inmates too if they could use you. Just like when those riots was going on around the country, well, they came here, right? But they quickly had to leave because everybody was armed and had AR-15s pointed at them out here. They tried to do that rioting out here. They tried, and then most of the people weren't from here. They had out of state plates. They weren't from here. You know what I'm saying? So this has been going on. This has been going on, but I can't talk about too much of it. But yeah, this is like kind of this is it's been going on, man. Yeah, they've been trying to test the waters, man, but they couldn't test the waters out here though. They couldn't because we was getting ready to light them up like a Christmas tree. They tried to attack some businesses out here. Everybody had their AR-15s pointed at them, and I bet you they changed their vibration and they left. Yep, they left. They did manage to break some windows or whatever, but we weren't worried about all that. You know what I'm saying? We weren't worried about, but if you had came like near our area, everybody had their joints ready to go. Did you know that the gun sales sold out over here? They sold out. I even bought another one. They sold out. We was like, yeah, let them come right over here and see what happened. And that's what happened. They left. They changed their vibration and they left. You say an agent with a question mark. You know who I'm talking about. Yes. Yes. And a lot of people follow him and he changed your thought patterns. He making you feel like everybody's against you and they're not. Everybody's not against you. That's what these agents want you to think. They want you to think that these people are against you so that at least one of you can lose your fucking mind and go out here and do what these guys are doing. Because if you keep preaching division and they're against us and they're going to get us and we're not nothing, and it's going to make somebody snap. They only need one person to snap. They don't need everybody to snap. They just need one person to snap one at a time. And it's very effective. That's why I said I hope that guy in New Orleans followed this certain dude. I hope he followed one of them, because then they're going to go after them too. I'm telling you, man, I ain't even going to get into all of it, but I hope he followed one of them, because I'm going to start laughing because them ABC boys going to come knocking at your door. The more and more you preach hate and division, it's going to make somebody snap. And it's nothing new under the sun. That's what that dude over there in Germany did back in the day. When the people was like oppressed and the money was fucked up, he came along with that rhetoric like they're against you. They're against you. They're against you. That's against you. That's how he rose to power. So they're doing it in small increments now with people on social media. I know, man, because I saw when I've been following them since they first came on the internet. Agents, man, they are.
Street. That include the IED was inside a cooler, and many people stopped and looked at the cooler and then continued on their way. Let's be clear again. We do not believe at this point these people are involved in this incident in any way. We want to speak to them as witnesses and want to know what they saw and when. I went down to the crime scene last night. It is very hard to put into words what it looked like and how difficult it was to see. Anyone with information can call us at 1-800-CALL-FBI or send digital tips to fbi.gov/Bourbon Street attack. Early this morning, evidence response teams finished their work at the crime scene. Bourbon Street has been turned over to the city of New Orleans. As you know, there's also an FBI investigation in Las Vegas. We are following up on all potential leads and not ruling everything out. However, at this point, there is no definitive link between the attack here in New Orleans and the one in Las Vegas. And again, I'll preface everything with what I started with in the beginning, which was this is very early in an investigation like this. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the victims of this tragedy and everyone impacted across the country. They remain at the heart of our investigation. I also, although I've only been on the ground here a short time, I also want to express a sincere appreciation for our partners here, which include the U.S. Attorney's Office, HSI, ATF, the New Orleans PD, the Louisiana State Police, the Governor's Office, and countless others. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to the special agent in charge of ATF here, Josh Jackson.
Hey, good afternoon. As stated, my name is Joshua Jackson. I am the special agent in charge for the ATF New Orleans Field Division. And ATF's primary mission is preventing, reducing, and solving violent crime throughout the United States and abroad. Solving part is the focus of this investigation. ATF resources that have been brought to bear to the city and to focus with our federal, state, and local partners have been our national response team. We spoke about the scene that's still being processed now. The national response team of ATF is a team of certified fire investigators, certified explosive specialists, fire engineers, electrical engineers. These folks will give us additional investigative leads to help the investigative team identify what happened at the location in Mandeville and identify how that fire started and move the investigation forward from there. Additional resources that ATF has brought to bear into the city. There's our ATF special response team. This is a tactical team capable of handling any sort of enforcement operation. This team is deployed, on set, and ready for the Sugar Bowl today. This team is also made available to the Louisiana State Police and also New Orleans Police Department to assist with any efforts that they may have during this period. Additional resources, as the governor alluded to, he executed executive powers and had an emergency declared to where ATF was able to tap in to emergency support function 13 resources. This allowed us to bring additional explosive detection canines so that we can safely sweep the city and safely sweep the Super Bowl in preparation for the game today. These resources will still be in the city as we lead up to the Super Bowl and through Mardi Gras. These type of ATF resources will be here. The last resources the ATF has brought to bear, and probably the most important one, is our victim witness coordinators. These folks come in and they provide resources to the victims and the family members that have suffered greatly during this tragedy. The entire city hurts, but the victims and the family members are in need of resources and care long after this investigation wraps up. This time next year to be hard for the families and friends who suffered during this event. So our victim witness coordinators are working with the FBI, the city of New Orleans coordinators to provide resources to these folks out here. And as we move forward, ATF will be committed. We will work with the investigative team moving this investigation forward, but also we'll be here to make sure the city is safe and prepared as we move into the Super Bowl. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our mayor of this great city, New Orleans. Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning once again. And I just want to just echo my thank yous to the unified command of our law enforcement partners and at every single level, federal, state, and governor. Governor, thank you for your partnership. Yeah, thank you. I also want to thank the residents and the visitors of the city of New Orleans for your patience, for your support, and most of all, your prayers. Our hearts and prayers continue to go out to the victims' families. And the city of New Orleans, we're resilient. And as I stated on yesterday, my focus in terms of a priority has been on our victims. As you heard, that yes, the FBI was able to clear Bourbon Street. And what that meant also for me in this city was that we were able to remove our victims, identify them, and notify their families. Real reverence. They mattered, the families matter, and matter to the city of New Orleans. In addition to that, I want to just thank again our federal partners in Washington, listening to my plea personally for the additional resources to allow for the scene to be cleared. And again, attending to our victims. I walked by each one and I did the sign of cross in my own way because reverence, again, is important. So while we have been able to have Bourbon Street return back to the city of New Orleans, and the due diligence has been done, that then allowed me to give the go-ahead to begin the cleaning of Bourbon Street. That started happening in the morning about 2 a.m. It was completed before 8 a.m. this morning. But that has really set the tone, I would say, and with the confidence that I have in the law enforcement partners, all of the resources that have been activated, how we have made sure that safety continues to be our top priority, how our assets have been deployed strategically, again, for the safety and the protection of our visitors and our residents in the city. And because of that, the confidence is there to reopen Bourbon Street to the public prior to game time today. The first order will be to allow for vendors to come in and service the businesses. That's important in order for us to stand up activation, as you know, Governor. And so with that, I want to reassure the public that the city of New Orleans is not only ready for game day today, but we're ready to continue to host large-scale events in our city because we are built to host at every single turn. I want to, again, thank all of those who responded to the FBI's call for information and tips. As you heard, that has been useful. Continue to do that. The investigation is still active and absolutely under the FBI's leadership. We will continue to operate and cooperate as we always have. So I want to also thank all of our partners for the added resources for victim and crisis management. We know that that's, again, important. Working with our partner, the Greater New Orleans Foundation, we have set up a fund for our victims' families for not only today, but into the future. As you heard, this is going to be a long process for our people. So with that, the city of New Orleans, and with all of my confidence, we are ready, and we could.
I'm sorry I have to say this. Guys, she's not a lesbian, man. She's married, dog. That's LaToya Cantrell, man. I know y'all, you guys are just, I see y'all comments. And she's married, man. She has a child. She went to Xavier in New Orleans, HBCU. Yeah, she's definitely married, man.
Not get here again without the unified presence, support, and cooperation. We are stronger together. And I want to say again, thank you so much. Thank you, Governor. So once again, the governor would like me to reiterate that Bourbon Street will be prepared for full activation before game time today. We know 3 p.m., so we're working.
You know, y'all say the same thing about Michelle Obama. She's a woman, man. See, when people do that, see, y'all don't know. You guys been brainwashed. You guys don't know what you're doing. They always attack our women like that, and you guys are doing it. She's married. She's married. She's not a man. Okay, she's not a man or anything like that. What do you want her to have? Fake hair, like fake? Like, what do you want her to have? She works out. You could tell she hits the gym. She's athletic. You got to look at her background, dog. She lift weights. That don't, yeah, but see, the thing is, y'all attacking women, that's making me like fun. That's funny style, though. It really is. It really is. You said about praying a fictional character, not well, you can't knock people for wanting to pray. Sometimes people pray, that's a form of meditation. Sometimes people pray to keep from blowing your head off, Keltec. You better let these people keep praying. you better let these people keep praying, man. You better let these people keep praying. Okay? Let them keep praying, because that right there, that prayer alone will keep people from going insane. Man, y'all attacking women. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. She's I don't know why y'all focus on her hair, man.
Towards 2:30 p.m. But prior to game time, the kickoff, Bourbon Street will be restored. So we're hard at work now. Our teams are now, and of course, working with our business community to serve our public and serve our residents and our visitors alike.
In closing, I want to rest people assured that right now in the city of New Orleans, there is an unprecedented amount of law enforcement resources that are being utilized to close out and to hunt down and to
All right, what I'm gonna do is hold on.
I want to thank.
What I'm gonna do is, if y'all keep talking about her, I'm gonna start blocking. I'm telling you, man, don't do it, man. Just don't do it. Now you saying she looked like Lawrence Fishburne, and y'all are. I will pay money for her to go in the ring with some of y'all, and I guarantee you she will mop the floor with you. I guarantee it. Y'all shot out, yo. Y'all shot out. Y'all sitting up here, we going over this right here, and y'all sitting up there worried about her damn hair, saying she look like Lawrence Fishburne, man. Damn. All right, what I'm gonna do is, hold on one second. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to mod some ladies up. Hold on one second. So then y'all can just hold on. Because somebody gonna get their vibration change. Hold on. I can't do it on the app I'm using. I gotta do this. I gotta go this way. Y'all gotta get your vibration change. It's gonna be interesting. Sharice, you want to be a mod, Sharice? Hold on. Let me see. Sharice just came in. Hold on one second. With Sonya, they focused on the wrong shit, right? Let me mod you real quick. Hold on. Mother Bird, you've been asking me, right? You asked me yesterday. Hold on. We gotta mod some ladies up, yo. Sonya, I got you. Hold on one second. Damn, it won't let me add no more. Hold on one second. Do I have too many? Why it won't let me do that? Okay. Wait a minute. Sonya, you already a moderator, I think. Ain't no, okay, I apologize. Oh no, new gold dust woman, you're a woman. Hold on. Monica, I got you. Hold on, we gonna mod you up. Hold up, I gotta add reinforcements. Hold on. Bill, I'm gonna mod you up, Bill. Hold on one second, Bill. I gotta add some reinforcements, yo. Reinforcements armed. Reinforcements is now armed. Reinforcements are now armed. So y'all keep playing with these women in here, man. Y'all keep playing because they are now armed. Moderators, you are free to send people to the bushes. You are now armed. You are now armed. So we're gonna keep looking at it. So y'all keep talking now. Y'all keep talking. See, I like to have fun with it too.
The FBI and all of our federal partners for the amount of resources they have poured into the city. This type of event can happen in any city. And that's the tragedy of it. And I think it's important for people to understand that to protect our citizens.
Because one thing I know in my life, women have my back. Between my mother and my OGs, they always have my back, yo. Hold on. Coco T, you are now armed. We arming them. Hold on. Damn, I got to go back to the other one. Hold on. Yeah, y'all gonna stop with her. Y'all gonna stop calling her Lawrence Fishburne, yo. Y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna straight up stop now. Y'all are going to stop. You said the thing would have told you. No, she's married. She's not a man. I know I'm wild, right, Art? I know. But we having fun with it because I know the ladies in here didn't appreciate that. I know they didn't. I know they didn't appreciate it. So, Coco T, you are now armed. All right, so we can continue.
In America from evil, you have to crush it. You can't go out there and placate it. You can't go out there and say, oh, I'm going to put this in place and that in place and hope that evil doesn't show up on your doorstep, because it will. You have to crush it. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to put it all behind us. We're going to continue to keep the victims, those that are in the hospital.
You said, hold on, let me see. Where you at? Keith, you said, I thought this was a place where we can express freedom of speech. Not on YouTube, though. Because remember, YouTube allows us to be on this platform. We can't say certain things. People could start complaining, Keith. Okay, we can't say certain things on here. We just can't. We just can't. I can't sit up here and offend people, man. They can't either. So you this is a place where you have freedom of speech. You can say what you want, Keith. Okay, this is a place where you can exercise your freedom of speech. But if one of my mods don't like it, they might clip you, yo. They might. So yeah, you can say what you want. Try saying it. Go ahead, say what you want, man. Say she looked like Lawrence Fishburne one more time. I ain't say you said it. But yeah, like Kel Tech is saying what he wants. He got freedom of speech. We're not bothering him. He's saying it seemed like a setup. You can say what you want. But what you guys were doing was you were attacking her. That's what you were doing. That's what you're doing. Look at Art sitting over there laughing. You know what I'm saying? See, you were sitting up there attacking us. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to get some more mods, Joe. That's all. That's all. Yes, they have policies on that, Blue. They sure do. They sure do have policies on it. You said it's not hate speech, it's biblical. Men are designated to lead, women are designed to follow. That's it. Well, see, okay, well, that's fine. But that's not what they were doing, Gold Dust Woman. They were attacking her. That's what they were doing.
Either fighting for their lives or trying to recover in our thoughts and in our prayers. But you know, this morning, and I don't want to single out just one news source, but I just happened to turn on Fox and Friends, and there was a young man who was interviewed who was actually on Bourbon Street during this horrific act of terrorism. And they closed out by asking him, "What now?" And I think he summed it up. He said, "Look, we can't live in fear because fear will paralyze us." He said, "We come down to the city to enjoy ourselves and to entertain ourselves and to be with our friends and with our families because that's who we are." Louisiana invented hospitality. The people in this city care for each other. And believe you me, we care about each one of the lives that were lost in this city and that. We will never forget them. But it would be a tragedy if we let their losses be snuffed out because of fear. This city will be back. We'll be open to family and friends and loved ones who want some time to relax from the pressures of life. And so today, we're going to have us a sugar bowl. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to keep those, again, who have lost loved ones in mind. And we're going to get on to the business of this city and this great country. With that, I'll take any questions.
Governor, this is for you and the assistant director. The message has really changed since yesterday. Yesterday, the FBI said that people should be vigilant, that he did not act alone, that he likely had help. And now you're coming out the very next day and saying he was a lone wolf, everything is safe, the game moves on, everybody had a good time. How can you be so sure just 12 hours later?
Well, we're going to bring him up. All right. But here's what I want to remind everyone. Like I was a deputy sheriff, right? I worked in a jail. I worked on the street. I worked on the interstate. I served warrants. I can tell you, look, in today's world, I get it. Information, we get information like that. Everybody lives in a 15-second TikTok video. We think that life operates like it does on our phones, and it just doesn't. Information changes. In fact, that's why we ask the media for patience. We get information, like I said, no one dumps 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle and puts it together in 5 seconds. Okay? And what I would tell you is that I appreciate the fact that what we did was we're under promising and over delivering today. And I think that's important. And I want to remind something. Look, because over the last decade, law enforcement has taken it on the chin unfairly. And there are great men and women serving in the FBI, in ATF, in Louisiana State Police, in New Orleans PD. Our sheriffs have been unbelievable in this. And I tell you, they want to protect you all. And we have to trust them. And sometimes the information we put out, we end up finding out that it may be incorrect. But guess what? What we're doing here is something I think is important. It's called transparency. And look, something may change again. Here's what I do know, though. Right now, this is one of the safest places on earth. That doesn't mean that nothing can't happen.
Thank you, Governor. And to echo exactly, I think the governor put it eloquently, as could be said. In a lot of these instances, I also had the opportunity to deploy to Boss Bomb, and I will tell you, this is almost carbon copy to Boss Bomb as far as the inaccurate reporting that comes up. And what the governor said is, we want to be transparent with the public. Years of the FBI not being transparent, we're being as transparent as we possibly can. And unfortunately, as we're being transparent, unfortunately for that, there is some information that we have to go back and recorrect. And in this particular incident, you heard the resources that we brought, that the other state and locals have brought. We've had 24 hours now to go through media, to go through phones, to interview people, to analyze those videos, analyze other databases. And after all of that, there's been hundreds and hundreds of leads done just in 24 hours. We're confident at this point that there is no accomplices. And I'll give you an idea of how that information sometimes, a lot of the early reports came out that there were extra people that were setting the coolers down, right? It turns out those were just patrons on the street that were looking inside the coolers, right? Well, we didn't know that at first. So we had to kind of track all that down and put that to rest. So that's just an example, one of the pieces of information, but there were other pieces of information that after we got our feet under us a little bit and on the ground here, we were able to put together a much more accurate picture of the subject
Yep.
and his attention.
Deputy Director, a couple
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
things.
whoa, 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 whoa,
The
whoa.
updated death toll, we just wanted to double check.
death Yes. toll.
14, not 15.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry.
14, and then the shooter himself would be 15 total, to include the shooter.
And to clarify a couple things,
Mandatory,
the IEDs, were the IEDs pipe bombs, and have you discovered a remote detonator anywhere? And when you said that you have surveillance footage of the suspect planting those IEDs, what time roughly were they planted?
Yeah, those roughly a couple hours. I don't have the exact times in front of me. A couple hours prior to the attack.
Before midnight,
to
after
attack.
you know? if it was-
Probably after midnight. After midnight. I want to say 1 or 2 in the morning,
So
but I
he
can't.
left the area and came back.
Correct. That's our assumption now. I mean, we still have a lot to work through. We're getting more surveillance video and everything else, but that's the assumption.
And were there
Where did
sweeps
you
being
decide
done? Were there
that?
sweeps being done on Bourbon Street? Would there have been canines out on New Year's Eve? Would there have been bomb sweeps done
Look,
as
I
part of
think-
the regular
I think-
precautions?
Let me just say this, and either Joe or Rob will correct me. Look, a Bob Dog,
You know, they probably saying things they got to take back, but you know, it's like a panic situation because unfortunately there's a lot of money on the line here. Because if they have to move that bowl game, that's a lot of refunds. So that's what's going on. Because that was already pre-planned already that the Sugar Bowl is going to go on tomorrow, it's going to go on today. So that's why they're trying, it's like a panic to try to reassure the public that everything is okay. So that's why they're doing this. And you know what someone told me, I don't know if anybody is here is from New Orleans, but I heard locals don't even go to Bourbon Street. That's what somebody, I know somebody that's from there said, we don't even go on Bourbon Street. We go on another street. She said that there's stabbings happen all the time on Bourbon Street. What's on now, Audrey? Yeah, you said it's on. But yeah, it's she said we don't even go because I said to her, did you go to Bourbon Street? Did you see? She's like, no. She said, I don't even go over there. She said that's a tourist area, tourist trap. But she said they go to another street. I forget the name of it. It's like further away from there. He said, we're here. I'll change the vibration. Yeah, Will about to change people's vibration.
Bomb Dog doesn't operate like a drug dog, right? They on Bourbon Street, there's a lot of senses, right? A lot of smells. I don't think you can run a bomb dog down Bourbon Street with thousands of people there and be able to sniff out a bomb.
Okay, Mother Bird, you say your daughter lived. Yeah, so okay, so that's right around what I was saying. Yeah, they don't even go to Bourbon Street. They go to another street, like a more upscale place. They don't consider Bourbon Street upscale. So yeah, it's too. They said it's too much. Yeah, he did pull a Daryl Brooks. Wait, where is the comment? Oh yeah, contextual. He did pull a Daryl Brooks. This situation, guys. We remember this. If people remember the Daryl Brooks case we follow over here, that's exactly what Daryl Brooks did. It was during a holiday parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin. He took down a bunch of people. He did it in the same fashion. So he lived through it though, and he got life without the possibility of parole.
What we've been doing, what they have been doing, is certainly a complete sweep of the quarter because of the limited amount of traffic that's been out there. Let me just say this. I think this may help. It would be my hope that as some additional time goes through, maybe closer to maybe the beginning of next week, we will, if we've got it to what extent buttoned up as we could, I would work with the FBI and the city, and maybe we can come up with a timeline to be able to get you those information, kind of walk everyone through from day one through. I think it's extremely premature, and you're really putting us on some speculative grounds to ask some of those questions, because again, it's only been 24 hours. I mean, can you imagine how far we've come in 24 hours?
You see how he's saying, look how far we come in 24 hours. They're trying to reassure the public. And for guys with your comments, like I had to do that because, you know, YouTube, they got these guidelines, man, and I can't promote that over here. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody get offended, then the show was for nothing because the show will get taken down. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is somebody to say we're going against the guidelines, and they'll shut the live down. So that's why I had to do that. You know, so I'm not saying you guys can't talk freely in here because you know you can. We don't be tripping in here. Bob, you should know that. We don't be sitting up in here tripping, Bob. You know that. You've been in here before. We don't trip. You can say what you want to say. But I'm just that YouTube stuff is crazy, man. I don't know if you guys know this. With the Diddy stuff, people lives are getting shut down. So no, it ain't, you know, I know you guys are just saying it like you guys are just joking around, but man, them guidelines, they update us every new year on the new guidelines. And I read them. I'm like, oh man. So now I got to go delete this video. I got to go delete this. Yeah, YouTube is on it, man. So some people lives got shut down. I know this one guy, he had to delete 20 videos. 20. You know what I'm saying? He had to delete at least 20 to 30, actually 20 to 30 videos. Sean Atwood had to do that. And because people were complaining. So that's what I'm saying. It's just, it sucks, but you know what I mean? I'm telling you guys already know that. Like YouTube be tripping.
So
Can you just clarify if there was pipe bombs and a remote detonator, sir? Pipe bombs and a
oh,
remote detonator.
well, we go one at a time.
Being done to make Bourbon Street safer tonight than it was New Year's Eve? Are temporary bollards?
Like, let me give you an example. The last night live, I had to go back and delete segments out of it. You remember when I played the video of the truck before it went on the street? I couldn't play that. I got a warning, so I had to go back and delete certain segments of that video. I knew I shouldn't have played that. You know, different stuff like that, man. Yeah, like I can't play the video. I can't play the even though it was blurred out, it still had people laying on the street though. So that stuff I had to delete. Yeah, they are pushing people to Rumble and stuff because Rumble is a little bit more freer, yeah.
Being brought in to block off the street, and why weren't those used on New Year's Eve?
Well, look, here's what I'm going to say. Every time
Yeah, I
some
mean,
bad
you
guy
can say what you want to say, you know, like this
does
is a spot
something
where you can just, you know,
like this, there's what we call an after
we can
action
all
plan.
agree to disagree. It don't
Because
matter.
again,
Sorry for the volume. Their volume
nothing
sucks
is
right now. I
100%.
can't turn it up no louder.
We have reinforced the area. We have deployed some additional types of assets. I personally, it's up to the city or other. I don't like to give specifics because I don't like to tell the enemy what we got. But I can tell you we're in better shape than we were before.
Director Ray, excuse me, what brought him down this
Can you
road?
speak to the Mandeville scene?
And then we'll go to you.
Some neighbors at that site told us they smelled smoke early in the morning. Was there a fire there? Any kind of burning happening?
Yeah,
Do you
great.
still believe that fire happened after the suspect was killed?
That's correct. Yeah, I'll move to 18. I do want to address the suicide vest question. I want to kill that one right away. There was no evidence that the subject was wearing a suicide vest at all. So I will turn the Mandeville stuff over to ATF.
Yeah, as to the fire at the Mandeville scene. So our working theory now is that the fire started after Jabbar was already deceased. There's a lot of different ways that can happen. You could have different time devices. You could have a long cord that extended that time. You could also have pressure cookers that were put on top of the stove filled with gasoline, and then it went off. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but that is why our ATF National Response Team is here to answer those questions and get that investigative lead back to our team. So more to come on that. We're still processing that scene. We're out there right now.
What do we understand about how he became radicalized over all of this time? What brought him to Bourbon Street? Do we understand, was there any international travel involved? What led him down this path to this sort of radicalization?
Sure, a lot of questions we're still asking ourselves. We know that he specifically picked out Bourbon Street. Not quite sure why. I mean, I think one can assume that it was lots of people New Year's Eve, with a target for an attack. That's the stuff in the coming days, as far as that path to radicalization, that we're really going to be digging into and making a priority of. So what I can tell you right now is that he was 100% inspired by ISIS. And so we're digging through more of the social media, more interviews, working with some of our other partners to ascertain just how to ascertain a little bit more about that connection.
Mayor, what gives you the confidence?
We're gonna do one more. Kate?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's actually for Special Agent Ray. Sir,
I prefer those. So much.
In order to reassure people, would you be able to explain the analysis and evidence that has led to this most recent understanding that he was a lone actor and that there is at this point, at least from your understanding, no further danger to the public?
Sure. I think a lot of that, multiple interviews, the hundreds of interviews that we've conducted so far, the social media review that we've done of his accounts, by my count now, the 5 devices we have, the 3 cell phones and the 2 laptops, been able to initially triage or go through that. And there is just nothing to indicate through call records, through anything on those devices, through interviews, through anything in our systems, that he was aided in this attack by anybody. And again, I have to caveat, like the governor said, it's just 24 hours into it. And that could change, but right now we've got a much better picture and much more confidence on what we were dealing with than we were just 20.
Mayor, what gives you the
All right, look,
confidence?
thank y'all so very much. Again,
Mayor, what gives you the confidence to
again,
say
we
to
are
people
going
that
to
they
try
come
to
your
get
city
y'all
for
as
big
much
events?
information as possible. So any additional information will be put out through press releases. Thank you so very much.
Mayor.
Making Bourbon Street a pedestrian only, or are we going to be allowing cars to drive on?
All right, so that was it. That was the end of the press conference. You can tell that they under a lot of stress because the NCAA is probably like, look, should we move this game? I had an old coworker I used to work with years ago. She's telling her son to go home because he let me see, when does he do the play? Hold on, let me see. Let me see when is he due to play? Okay. Let me see something here. I had just talked to her yesterday. Because she texted me, said Happy New Year. When is he? Hold on, let me see something. Trying to see where he's scheduled to play at. Let me see. She not playing that. She like, he's not playing, but he has to though. Let me see. No, it's next week. She was just talking about, the open stadiums and stuff. Like, she think they're all going to be targets, but he got to play. It'll ruin his draft grade if he don't play. So he's playing. He said he's not coming home. He's a sophomore, so he wants to have a good showing in the bowl game. So for next year, so she wasn't going anyway, but still, his dad is going. But it's just, like an open, she's just worried about the crowd. But anyway, they worried about getting this game on the way. So, which will be, which it'll be starting soon. Let me see. They're playing right now. Yeah, guys, they're playing right now. The Sugar Bowl is going on right now. I figured it was going on. I'm just kind of behind. Yeah, they're playing right now. Right now they're playing. They weren't playing about that Sugar Bowl. They definitely wasn't. It's 3-3 right now, Notre Dame and Georgia. Who y'all got in that? I think Notre Dame might pull it out. Yeah, it started at 3. I'm way behind. Yeah, I'm way behind. Yeah, they playing. It's tied up though. You think Georgia gonna take it? Oh, Notre Dame, man. Did you see their offensive line? What the fuck? They known for their offensive line. It's called Offensive Line University. I think they got 4 players in our offensive line that got high pro grades. All 4 of them. Even the center. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I wish I could watch it live, but they'll take me down. I could do the audio, but nobody wants to do that. You might as well just go watch it yourself. You said, oh my God, you said there's a bomb threat going on live now in Sassy in South Carolina. That's why she want her son to, she's like, look, I want you to come home, because he was like, I can't come home. I got to play, yo, because he's starting. She was like, I got to play. He's like, I got to play. He's offensive lineman. He said, I got to play. And so it's just crazy. It's just the way it is. He was like, he ain't living in fear. He's like, the hell with it. He's like, you got to do what I got to do. He cannot play in that game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Notre Dame, that offensive line is huge. That offensive line is like, that's like an NFL offensive line. Man, you see their left tackle, he got to be like 345 pounds. Got to be. So that's why, man, Georgia offensive line is big too. You know, the SEC, the SEC is known for their big offensive linemen. They get all the offensive linemen around the country. Texas got a big line too. They got a huge line. Okay, so there's a bomb threat, guys, going on right now. And I know y'all like, man, we got to change our vibration, yo. We got to talk about something else. we got to talk about something else, dog. We got to talk about, like, I don't even want to talk about them drones no more. So it's just crazy. You said there's a mass incident at Brooklyn nightclub. Yeah, I heard about I heard about that one. That was a fight broke out. You said I know we knew it wasn't stopping. We just like, okay, when is the next incident coming? Now it's a bomb scare. Man, it's crazy. Yeah, but they weren't playing about this Sugar Bowl, man. They were not. They were not playing about it. It was like, we're gonna have this Sugar Bowl, god damn it, and that's it. Yeah, it was a beef going on, and a massive fight broke out. Yeah, I was gonna get to that after this, Mother Bird. After I finished watching the Sugar Bowl, I was gonna go because I need to change my vibration real quick. Because every time I turn around, there's something else going on, man. Yeah, it's a playoffs. He got to play. And his mother's not trying to hear it, yo. She's like, he coming home. I like, he can't. He can't come home, yo. He got a drink. He got money on the table because, you know, he's getting paid to play. You know, the players now, they get NIL checks. And they get not in it. What's the back end checks called? It's called collectives. So he got to play. He got to. They paying him over $100,000 a year. He got to play. I said, you want him to pay back all that money? She said, no, well, he got to play then. He got to play. You imagine that? A college sophomore getting $100,000, man. They're like many professionals now. I think Oregon, to keep his offensive line intact, is $13 million a year. To keep his offensive, to keep his whole squad intact, it costs about $13 million. Them players getting paid, dog. That back end check is good money. I'm talking about not the NIL. The NIL is like endorsements, name, image, likeness. I'm talking about the collectives. That's the back end money. Yo, they paid. You know how much they paid the Michigan quarterback, the freshman? I think $13 million. For the life of his college career is $13 million to get him to come there, yo. $13 million. What? Oh, Cam Ward, he sat out. Well, okay. What happened was the coach came out and said they had already made a determination that he wasn't going to play after the halftime. But people close to the team said that he chose not to play, but the coach is just trying to make him look good. Now, he should have played, yo. He should have played the whole. But see, I don't think he had actually, Cam Ward, he didn't have an insurance policy. Shador and them did, and Travis did. They had insurance policy. I think they took out some over $50 million just in case if they got hurt. I don't think he took out an insurance policy, so he played the first half. And he was like, give the other quarterback a chance. So I don't see nothing wrong with it because he was giving the other quarterback that's going to be playing next year a chance to shine. But if Cam had still played, they would have won that bowl game. So everybody's saying it's his fault, Kel-Tec. It's his fault. But he getting ready to be the top 3 pick in the draft, so he don't want to get hurt. Because that endorsement money, he going to get about, his bonus money is $50 million guaranteed. So he's looking at that $50 million. He's not looking at, I'm going to play another game in college. But shout out to Cam Ward. Him and Shador got the same quarterback coach. And Shador played the whole game, even though they lost. He played the whole game, and he was getting hit. That's a tough guy, yo. I like Shador. I hope he goes to the Giants. But I cover that on my other channel. So if y'all want to check out sports, check out my other channel, Buffs Nations Daily. I'm getting my Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp on over there, man. I'm sure that's what's going on. That's what's going down. If you guys want the Discord, because I'm getting ready to get off here. If y'all want to chit chat on the Discord, because it'd be going down over there on the Discord. They be having voice chat on there too. So if you want a voice chat, you know, like that, I don't know, it might be a love connection. You might see somebody you like. You might want to holler at them on Discord. Let me see. Let me give you the Discord link. I'm about to go finish watching this game and change my vibration. You know what my mother said? Because I have to go up there because my plan was to leave. My plan was to leave today and go up to New Jersey because I had to take care of some things up there. I had to get her what do you call it? A recliner. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have the recliner somebody deliver it. Now she called me. She said, "You ain't on the road, are you?" I said, "Well, why are you? First of all, why are you calling me so early in the morning? Are you on the road?" I said, "Not yet." She said, "Don't leave the house." I'm like, "Why are you talking to me this way?" She said, "I said don't leave the house. Don't leave the house and don't come up here. Don't be on the road because you got to go on them bridges. Don't be on the road." I said, "Well, how are we going to take care of the recline?" She said, "Don't get on the road." Like yelling at me, yo. I'm like, all right, you know what? All right. Since you want to carry me, like I was like, all right. So how are we going to get this chair delivered? We supposed to have it delivered today. I'm supposed to be there. She was like, have somebody drop it off. And then hung up the phone. I'm like, damn, man. Okay, yeah, y'all come on Discord. There's the link. I may show the game on Discord. So if y'all go to Discord, let me see, how am I going to be able to do that? Yeah, yeah, I might roll over there and watch the game on Discord. You want a pie? I'm going to get my cousin to bring me one back. What kind of pie? From where? Because you can order it online. Which store are you talking about? You talking about in New York? You want a cheesecake? You can order it online. And it comes fresh too. They pack it a certain way. I ordered my mother one for Christmas. And I heard it was you said, "Oh Lord, look at CB the Great. He being nasty." He said a cream pie. All right, I'm about to go over there because CB the Great is and he don't got the Discord link too. CB the Great, haven't seen you in a minute. Where you been at? Oh, you referring to Peace? Okay. CB the Great got something else on his mind. And look, he don't popped up. I haven't seen him in a minute, and he don't came out the bushes and got nasty. See how people do me? I haven't seen CB the Great in weeks, but he's up in the bushes and he don't came right on out. She said a pizza pie, CB the Great. Oh, you been chilling? That's what's up. It's been a minute. All right, now I'm gonna go watch the game over there. So I'll share the link over there. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all welcome to come over to Discord. All right, y'all.